to Adom Home Cooking. Today we are preparing goat meat stew, and these are the ingredients. I have my goat meat here. Normally what I do is when I buy the goat meat from the shop, as soon as I get home I clean it, season it before keeping it in the deep freezer. So I bought the goat meat, I clean it, season it, and I freeze it. So today I need to use it, I just take it out. Then I don't need to waste time cleaning on anything. So this is the goat meat, which has already been cleaned. I have my goat stripe here, also clean, and my cow foot, as I've already showed you in my previous video. I always clean my cow foot, leave it in the freezer, so anytime I need it I just take it. So this is my cow foot, the goat meat, goat stripe. I have my tomato plum here. You can also use fresh tomato if you have it. I have my chopped onion, my blend onion with garlic and onion, which I'm going to use to steam the goat meat. I'm going to use this blend garlic, ginger and onion to steam the goat meat, goat stripe and the cow foot. And these are my other ingredients. I have my chili peppers here. I have my bay leaf. I just love the flavor of the cloves, so I'm using cloves as well to steam my goat meat. This is optional. If you don't have it, you can do without it. I have my chopped onion, mixed pepper chopped, my curry powder, salt to taste, my vegetable seasoning. That's a vegetable powder for my seasoning, and then oil to cook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the goat meat. I'm going to steam my goat meat. So this is my goat meat. I add it to the pot. I'm going to steam the goat meat together with the stripes. This is goat stripes, not the cow one. This is the goat stripes, and also the cow foot. I'm going to steam all this together, and then my blend garlic, ginger and onion. I'll add a little bit of water later. This stage I'm going to add my bay leaf. I'll add my bay leaf to this, and also the cloves. I just like the flavor from the cloves. If you have the powdered one, you can just add it to your tomato sauce. And then with teaspoon, I'm just going to add 2 teaspoonfuls of my vegetable seasoning. Remember, I've already seasoned my goat meat with salt and also the vegetable seasoning, so I'm not going to add any salt at this stage. Now I'll just add a little bit of water to this, and I'll cover it and leave it to steam. So I'm steaming my goat meat, stripe and the cow foot now. So look, our goat meat, the goat stripe and the foot, the cow foot is cooking. So I'll just steam this for about half an hour, which is 30 minutes, and then I'll fry it and use it to make the stew, to prepare the goat meat stew. Okay. So our goat meat is ready now. It's full of flavor. Goat meat is ready. So I'm going to set this aside, and then I'll take the goat meat out and fry it in my the pot that I'm going to use for my stew. So this is the pot I'm going to use for my stew. I'll add enough oil to fry the goat meat. Enough oil to fry the goat meat. My oil is hot now, so I'm going to start the stew by frying the goat meat. I took the goat meat out of the stock. So I left the goat tripe, the cow foot in the stock, which I'm going to add to the stew later. So I'm just frying the goat meat. So this is the goat meat. Just fry it, just brown the goat meat lightly. Yeah, you don't need to fry it till it's so dry. Just brown it in the oil lightly. And I'm adding my onion. I'm not going to take the goat meat out. I'll just start with preparing my stew. I add my sliced onion. So I'll fry this onion together with the goat meat for about 5 minutes, and then I'll add my blend vegetables, which is the chopped tomato and the pepper. So you cook the onion together with the goat meat for a few minutes just to brown the onion. Because my goat meat is still hard or tough, that's why I'm cooking it. I'm still leaving it on. So if you think your goat meat is soft enough, at this stage you can set it aside before you add the blend tomato and the chili pepper. So I'm leaving this on now, and I'm going to blend my tomato, the pepper, and some more onion to add just to make my stew. So this is my tomato plum. As I already said, if you don't like the tomato plum, you can just buy your fresh tomatoes, chop it, and use it to prepare your stew. But I'm using the tin or the canned tomato, which has been chopped already. I'll add 2 of my scotch bonnet, which is the pepper or the paposhito, and also some chopped onion. I'm going to blend this together, and then I'll add to my cooking pot. That's the goat meat and the onion. Okay, so this is my tomato, onion, and the chili pepper I'm adding to my goat meat. Stir it well, and I'm going to cook this for a little while, just about maybe 10 to 15 minutes, just to cook the tomato through, and then I'll add my stock together with the goat tripe and the cow foot. Now my stew is cooking nicely. I'm going to add the goat tripe, the cow foot, together with the stock I get from steaming the goat meat. So I'm going to add all this to my stew. And because I'm going to add all this stock, that's why I didn't bother to cook my goat meat till it's very tender before I add to my stew, because the stock alone is going to take time. The stock will take time to cook for all the water to dry off for my stew to be ready. So that's why I did not bother steaming the goat meat till it's very tender. Yeah. So I'm going to leave this, which I will stir occasionally, like after every 3 minutes I will stir it so I can carry on doing something else in the kitchen. I'll leave this on to cook now on a slow heat, gently. So now you can see my stew is almost ready. You can see the oil coming up. That means all the water in the stew is drying up. You know, this is a big stew I'm preparing. Prepare big goat meat stew. Divide into individual containers. Keep some in the fridge and store the remaining in the deep freezer. And I can keep that for, you know, months. Anytime I need stew, I can just take it from my freezer. There's no point preparing something small, finish it in a day, and then we don't have time to be in the kitchen. So why don't you try making big stew? This is goat meat with goat stripe and shaki. Put in an individual containers and store in your refrigerator. Leave some in the fridge anytime you need it. Because if you prepare big stew like this and you leave it just like that all in the kitchen, it will go to waste. That means anytime you want to use it, you're going to be warming the whole pot. But if you put them in the individual containers, you take one out, which can last you for about maybe 2 days. And of course, you're not going to eat goat meat stew every day. So it's better you save some in your deep freezer. So you always have something ready to go. It's nearly ready, so I'll now add my curry powder. I'm just going to add a teaspoonful of my curry powder, depending on the quantity of the stew, you know. If you don't like curry powder, you don't need to add it. Now my stew is almost ready, so I'm just going to taste for salt. Now I think I need a little bit more salt, so I'll add just a pinch of salt to taste, because all the seasoning and the stock is enough to make my stew tasty. My goat meat stew is nearly ready. Now my goat meat is ready. So I'm going to leave in some pepper, like paposhito if you have paposhito, and also some mixed pepper, green and yellow. The stew is ready. What I do, because sometimes we have children in the house, we don't put much spices in the food. So if you leave whole pepper in it, whoever wants it very spicy, they'll just mash it up in their plate. Okay? So the goat meat is ready. So our delicious goat meat stew is ready. You can have this with your boiled white rice, your boiled yam, anything of your choice. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. Enjoy. Thank you.